been a beneficiary of the internship program back at the KBC. And her pursuit for this legislation began in the last house, and she has consistently followed to ensure that it comes to the floor of this house. Honorable Speaker, the issue of internship is very important, and as the Honorable member has indicated, that it requires a legal framework, because right now it is scattered all over, and there is need to harmonize the internship program so that the process of undertaking the internship becomes well guided in the laws, and it becomes easy to offer opportunities to young people. So, Honorable Speaker, the Public Service Internship Bill 2022, which was sponsored by the Honorable Naisula Lesuda, MP, is a bill for an act of parliament to make provision for internship of college and university graduates in the public sector, to provide hands-on training and acquisition of skills by graduates. The bill was published on the 16th of December 2022 and read a first time in the House on the 8th of March 2023, pursuant to the Standing Order 127-1. The bill was committed to the Departmental Committee on Labor for consideration and facilitation of public participation pursuant to the Standing Order 127. The Clerk of the National Assembly placed advertisements in the print media on the 18th March 2023, seeking for comments from the public on the bill pursuant to the Article 118 of the Constitution. In addition to the request for memoranda from the public, the following stakeholders were requested to submit their views to the committee. 1. Office of the Attorney General and Department of Justice. 2. State Department for Public Service. 3. Public Service Commission. 4. Law Society of Kenya. And lastly, Kenya Law Reform Commission. Honorable Speaker, the committee received submissions from 1. The Honorable Naisula Lesuda, who is the sponsor of the bill. Then 2, the State Department for Public Service. 3, Public Service Commission. And 4, Law Society of Kenya. Honorable Speaker, the committee, having considered the bill and stakeholders' submissions, observed the following: that 1, the bill incorrectly placed the management of the internship program under the Cabinet Secretary responsible for matters related to labor. The committee proposed an amendment to provide that the responsible Cabinet Secretary shall be the Cabinet Secretary responsible for public service. 2, the bill seeks to guard against the enactment of several legislations to provide for internship within the public service and seeks to harmonize the salient principles to be observed by all offices in the public service in the recruitment of interns. 3, the term certificate has been used in 2 different contexts. 1, to mean the standard minimum qualification for internship, and the second as a certificate issued upon completion of the internship period. Then the 4th issue was there is need to amend clause 5, 1, to provide that the act shall apply to every public office as defined in Article 260 of the Constitution. Then 5, internship is not only aimed at professional registration, but also to acquire necessary skills and experience to enhance employability. And this the Honorable Member has really spoken to. And currently, Honorable Speaker, we have thousands of young people who have been engaged in this internship program. And what is happening across the country is that these young people are being offered a chance to know what happens in these public offices. And it is the surest way of ensuring that our country has sufficient people who are full of energy and who also understand how the job is done in these public offices. Because, Honorable Speaker, every day people are retiring in government, and those vacancies should be filled up by people who possess the necessary skills, but not just the skills, but also the experience that goes with those offices. We have very good success stories, Honorable Speaker, from those people who have been given internship opportunities. And going by what we have seen, if when we enact this law, I am sure more people will benefit, and especially the young people who come from the rural areas, because the opportunities that they've been getting through the Public Service Commission draws membership from across the country. And they are posted to different offices across the ministries. And we have very good reports coming from them and the exposure that they have gotten from these offices, which is going to help them begin life or even become more employable, or rather improve or enhance employability. Any internship period below 6 months may not be adequate for acquisition of relevant experience and skills and inculcating of public service values and ethos. Then 7, the current bill has no provision of the involvement of the private sector, compelling the private sector to take on interns, and perhaps employing them permanently would create a financial burden to companies trying to stay afloat, as the number may be unsustainable. However, perhaps with the incentive from government, the companies may take and onboard the interns. Well, we believe that that can also be provided for in subsequent legislation that does not have to involve this, because the Honorable Naisula dwelled on the public service sector, but we believe even the private sector, Honorable Speaker, if they are given an opportunity and incentives, they can provide chances for young people to get interns. Because, for instance, the number of people who work in the public sector, in the public service, are approximately 1 million. But this country has up to about 20 million people who are employed. So it means we have up to around 18 to 19 million who are employed in the private sector. So it means if the private sector is given incentives, which includes tax rebates, they can be able to accommodate many more young people and give them the necessary skills and experience, and therefore the energy, the skills, and the knowledge in these young people can be properly utilized, other than the congestion that comes with the opportunities that are available in the public sector. Then one of the other observations, Honorable Speaker, we made was that the bill will cure the mischief of exploitation of professionals like teachers, doctors, lawyers, who currently are taken on as unpaid interns in the private sector to gain experience, yet are struggling to repay the loans taken during their school